Hi, I'm John. I'm going to be showing you how to make spotted dick. To start off, I'd like to give a shout out to Lisa Shanning and Morgan Edwards as they requested this recipe. I have never heard of this before until me and my friends went to the grocery store, and in one of the aisles it was in a can and it caught our attention. So I wanted to find out what it was, so I quickly Googled it to find out it is a British suet currant pudding, which suet is the lard around a kidney that is crumbled up, and you can barely even find it in America. So to replace it, I did ice cold butter, and instead of currants I have done raisins, but that's really the only things I have changed in this recipe. To make spotted dick, you'll need 1 3/4 cup of flour, 1/3 cup of dark brown sugar, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of just plain granulated sugar, 1 stick of ice cold butter cubed up, 2/3 cup milk, a teaspoon of vanilla, 1/3 cup of raisins, and 1/3 cup of boiling water. Sorry about this, but you'll also need 1 egg. The first step is to take your granulated sugar and pour over your 1/3 cup of raisins, and on top of that, add your 1/3 cup of boiling water and let this steep for about 10 minutes till the raisins become plumped. While your raisins are steeping in the water and sugar, you want to take your 1/3 cup of dark brown sugar and your 1/4 teaspoon of salt and mix this all together. Add your 1 teaspoon of vanilla to your milk. Now you want to take your 1 stick of ice cold butter that's all cubed in small cubes. You want to place that all into your bowl and mix. But don't break up the butter. You want to keep it in little chunks. Now you want to add your 2/3 cup of milk and a teaspoon of vanilla into your mixture and mix till combined. After you add your milk and vanilla into the flour mixture, you want to crack in 1 egg and mix it in. The last step after you incorporated your egg into the batter is to add your steeped raisins into the mixture and then mix this all till combined. So here's my finished batter. As you can still see, the chunks of butter, the raisins are all in here. And now what you want to do is either put this in one big pan or individual pans. Today I'm doing 6 4-ounce ramekins. Whatever pan you use, you want to fill your batter all the way in there and then wrap them tightly in aluminum foil. Your next step after all of them have been tightly wrapped with aluminum foil is you want to find your biggest saucepan you have and fit these all in your saucepan. Put all my ramekins in the biggest saucepan I have, and now you just want to fill it with water about halfway up. Once it's filled halfway up, you want to turn on to high heat and bring it to a boil uncovered. As you can see, the water is now boiling, and what you want to do is bring this down to low heat and put a cover on it and let it sit for an hour. While your spotted dick is steaming on the stove, you want to make the sauce that goes on the top of the steamed pudding. So what you'll need is 4 tablespoons of butter, or 1/2 of a stick, 1/4 cup of sugar, 2 teaspoons of cornstarch, 1 cup milk, and a teaspoon of vanilla. The first step is to combine your butter and your 1/4 cup of sugar into a small saucepan and turn on to medium heat and stir till the butter is melted. Next you want to make a slurry with your 2 teaspoons of cornstarch. So what you want to do is you just want to add a little bit of water and then a fork and mix it all together. As you can see, my butter has melted into my sugar, and the next thing you want to do is take your cup of milk and slowly pour it into the butter and sugar while stirring. So I added all my milk into my butter mixture, and the last thing you want to do while this is on the heat is to add in your cornstarch slurry and whisk it until it becomes thickened, and then you want to remove it from the heat. Now that the mixture is boiling and thickened, you want to turn off your heat and take it off, and then cool slightly, and then whisk in your 1 teaspoon of vanilla. So here's my finished sauce to go on the bottom of the steamed pudding, and it took about 7 minutes total on the stove before it thickened. It is very thin still. It's not as thick like a pudding or a custard, but it is just a thin sauce to go on the bottom. So, my puddings have been steaming now for 1 hour, and now what you want to do is remove all of them with the tongs and place onto a towel. So here they're all out of the pan, and this is my first time making the recipe, so let's see how they turned out. Well, they don't really look appetizing, but let's plate it up and try it. So here will be my first bite of spotted dick. So kind of looks so wow, surprisingly really good. I definitely recommend anyone to try this recipe, despite how scary it sounds to make. It is the national dessert of England, so couldn't be that bad, right? But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Bye!